Why do I like it so much? I've been asking myself that for about a year now. I've rewatched it, dug through old interviews, read articles, and I still can't pin it down to just one thing. So I figured I'd talk it out with you. It's not the best movie ever made, but something about it hit me just right. I think it's because Shaft came at the perfect intersection of my childhood obsession, a wave of nostalgic remakes, and a cast full of actors who were about to become icons. Allow me to explain. My 70s obsession started with comic books. Back in the late 80s, I stumbled onto my favorite comic book character, Quasar. His first issue dropped in 1989, but when I found out he originally appeared in 1978, that sent me digging for comics from that decade. And that is where the obsession began. I started falling in love with this romanticized version of the 70s. Not because I lived through it, but because of the pop culture that came from it. Comic books, yes, but also movies. I'm talking Jaws, The Godfather, Logan's Run, Star Wars, 3 Days of the Condor, Chinatown, Superman. The gritty, the weird, the stylish. I loved all of it. I was a kid in the 90s watching Brady Bunch reruns on TV Land and getting hyped for a remake like it was a Marvel premiere. That's not sarcasm. 15-year-old me was there opening weekend for the Brady Bunch movie in 1995. That time period was full of retro remakes. Addams Family, Beverly Hillbillies, Leave It to Beaver, even Frankie and Annette made a cameo. Some were great, some not so much, but I was always there for them. That's the context for when Shaft came out in 2000. It was part of that trend, sure, but it also stood out. It had something the others didn't. Samuel L. Jackson.
It's my duty to please that booty.
Look, he had been acting for a while, but Pulp Fiction turned him into a cultural event. You had Die Hard with a Vengeance, Jackie Brown, a Time to a Kill, but then Shaft. This man didn't just say lines, he launched them. The profanity, the presence, the way he commanded a scene. It was like Shaft had been waiting for Samuel L. Jackson to be born. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Vanessa Williams. I had a major crush from her Eraser days. Thought she was gorgeous, confident, everything. When I heard she'd be in Shaft, it was just another box checked. Now here's where things get crazy in hindsight. Shaft featured a cast that, at the time, felt solid. But now, it reads like a future Oscar reel. Christian Bale, fresh off American Psycho, plays the privileged white guy villain. Smug, untouchable. It's like Patrick Bateman grew up and ran for office. Toni Collette plays the witness, absolutely crushes it. Subtle, believable, way too good for what could have been a thankless role. Jeffrey Wright playing Peoples Hernandez? I thought he was actually Dominican for a decade. That's how convincing he was. I mean, talk about disappearing into a role. Even side players. You had Mekhi Phifer, Elizabeth Banks, before you know who they are syndrome. It's like watching a prequel to a generation of prestige acting.
For what? That?
I think that's why I keep coming back to this movie. It's a combination of my nostalgic love for 70s culture filtered through a 2000s lens. A cast full of talent, either peaking or just about to blow up. And Samuel L. Jackson at his absolutely most charismatic, holding the whole thing together. It's not just a remake. It's a weird little time capsule that hits all the right notes for me. So maybe I'm overthinking it. Or maybe Shaft really was something special. Do you have a movie like that? One that hits you harder than it should have? One you still obsess over decades later? Let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about it.